Good evening, folks. Just caught me limbering up for the season. Hope everyone's well. So here's my pick for the top 11 players that I have played with during my career at Chippenham. And my criteria that I've chosen is that they couldn't have been professional at the time that I was playing with them. And also they were at the top of their games when I was playing with them. So the likes of Liam, Dawson and James Vince, who clearly are by far and away the best players that we've produced, probably aren't in my 11 only because they weren't at the top of the game. They were just very young lads when I was playing at the top level. So that's my criteria. So number one, Brett Crosdale, guy who played quite a bit of cricket in Western-super-Mare before he came over to us. Australian guy, just a different class as a batsman. I think he scored something like 3 ducks in a row to start with because he was a bit of a nervous chap. Once he got through that, he was incredible. Scored 90 plus before lunch when we used to play 60 over games in Premier League when it first started against a very, very good Bath attack. The likes of Shrubsole and Stuart Barnes bowling at him, smashed them to all parts. And he averaged 45 over 2 seasons. So yeah, great player. So absolutely shoe in at number one. Number two, Hugh Tucker. A lot of you will know Nobby. Some of you won't realise quite how good a player he was. Consistently high run scorer with the bat. The club record of 186, which I think he still holds, is the highest score. He averaged, I think, certainly in the high 40s. One Western League year, 94, he averaged over 52, opening the batting. Also the best wicketkeeper I've ever seen. Just incredible hands, very fast, didn't really drop much, with the exception of a ball that I bowled at Caution for my haul, which for those of you who don't know is one better than a hat trick, which went straight into his hands and straight out. But other than that, he was very good. So that's my number two. Number three, Dave Turner, played 26 years at Hampshire before he came back to Chippenham. Played as a boy at Chippenham and then left when he was very young to go to Hampshire. But yeah, a lot of people said he would have played for England, but for getting hit on the head by Malcolm Marshall in the nets at Hampshire. So that's how good he was. Came back for a couple of years at Chippenham, averaged over 45 and just made it look easy in both years. So yeah, absolute shoe in at number three. Number four, Uzi Qureshi, great player. A lot of you will know Uzi. I think we saw the best of him towards the end of his stint at Chippenham. Sadly, he went away elsewhere, but certainly in those last couple of years, he was very good. Scored 140 at Gloucester one day in a losing cause, mainly because I went in and messed it up towards the end, but just made it look so easy compared to the rest of the batsmen that day. Top lad as well, is he? So yeah, good to have him in at number four. Number five, Adisha. We all know Dish, been a consistent performer since he's been over with us. Got better, I think, as he's got used to the wickets and the conditions. Obviously scored a lot of runs, and I think he'll score a lot more as he continues to play for us. Taken wickets, and also a great fielder as well. And the guy who plays a game with a smile on his face, which is always great to see. Number six, Richard Bates. Distinctly average, but the team needed a slip fielder, so I thought I'd better get him in. Oh, and Steve Perrin, the ex-Wiltshire captain, did say he was the first name on the team sheet for Wiltshire for about 10 years. Scored a lot of runs and took a lot of wickets for Chippenham, and also a lot of catches in a slip. So Rich is my six. Number seven, Paul Clifford, bowled at 80 mile an hour plus when he could be bothered. Huge talent. Loved to reverse sweep fast bowlers. Great fielder and just hugely entertaining to play with. Maybe not so entertaining if you had to captain him, but yeah, brilliant player, and he would consistently take 20 plus wickets in a season and not go for many runs. Number eight is Trevor Lloyd, probably a bit like me. Trev wasn't as consistent as a performer as he should have been with his talent, but Trev was a match winner, and he won several matches for Chippenham. A couple that spring to mind. We played a 20 over final against Caution when Caution were probably at their peak in terms of their Premier League status, and Chippenham were on the way down. We were in trouble, I think 3 down for not many, and Trev went in and took their attack apart and won that game for us. And then one a number of you will remember is when he scored 100 at Chippenham, batting at 8 to win the game, which takes some talent to do that. Also, good bowler Trev, got a lot of wickets, and an absolute gun fielder in his time. until he stopped smoking, and then he got unfit, and then it all went pear-shaped. But until then, yeah, great guy to have on your side. Number 9, and my captain, Nigel Rose. Some of you will know Nigel. Doesn't come up to the club that often anymore, unfortunately, but Nigel's a great captain. Managed a lot of egos very well at that time, and just loved to get under the skin of all opposition captains, upset umpires. I think we had a 2-page spread in the Bath Chronicle about how bad the umpires were, with quotes all over it from Nigel one week, and funnily enough we didn't get many decisions after that. But as well as that, he was a very, very handy bowler. 99 season, I think he took 28 wickets, averaging about 15. So yeah, great captain. Brilliant to have on your side. Number 10, Paul Bird, another 80+ mile an hour bowler. So having him and Cliffy opening the bowling for Chippenham was pretty scary at times for the opposition batsman. Ex-Somerset, the first man to get Brian Lara out in county cricket. So he had a decent pedigree. Good team man, Paul. Rapid, very consistent, very accurate, aggressive with his bowling. Took some good wickets and could bat as well. Although we did have a 38 ball duck once at Clifton Flaxborton, which was hugely entertaining. And my number 11, shoe-in number 11, Jason Searle. Not the greatest batsman in the world, but a great spin bowler. Knew his own game, rarely went for many runs, and always took wickets. As I say, bona fide number 11. Probably the only guy who thought his jokes were funny in the changing room, but very, very solid player, Jason, and you'd have him in your side every day. So that's it. That's my 11. Thanks for listening to me rattle on and reminisce about old times. Hopefully some of you will know some of those names, and if you don't, then maybe you do now, and you'll appreciate them a little bit more perhaps when you do see them at the club. Hope everyone has a great season. I look forward to seeing you all there from the other side of the line, probably with a beer rather than red wine, but look forward to seeing you then. Thanks, guys.